Parliament is having its 6th ordinary session at the Galagher Convention Centre in Midrand today. The President of Kenya, that's Uhuru Kenyatta, delivered the keynote address. He's calling for unity in the African region, but also raised concern about conflict. Our foreign editor, Sophie Mokoena, spoke to President Kenyatta after that address.
Burundi has come a long way, courtesy of the region, courtesy of great men like Nelson Mandela, who were mediators for a long time, and ultimately your own President Jacob Zuma. And we believe that peace and stability are critical in Burundi. And therefore what we called for as a region at the time was that we first and foremost said that it was necessary, given what was going on, that the elections be postponed, but within the constitutionally allowed mandate of the current government, in order to give us time for us to be able to work together with all parties to see how we can get to a situation where we get an amicable solution that calls for the lasting and continued peace of Burundi. We also called on all parties to refrain from violence, to allow us to enhance dialogue between all parties, with the hope of reaching a consensus that is acceptable, most importantly to the people of Burundi, that respects their constitution and that allows for free, fair and transparent elections to take place. And that is the position that we held and as a community, and is the position I hold as President of Kenya.
Mr. President, the current developments, I think 2 months ago at Garissa, are you doing something to ensure that we don't see similar incidents happening in Kenya?
We're doing everything we can, but as I have always stated and I continue to state, terrorism is not a phenomenon that is peculiar to Kenya. This is a result largely of the instability in our neighboring Somalia, but we are also seeing acts of terrorism being conducted in Nigeria by Boko Haram, across in the Middle East, in Yemen, across the world. And this is why I consistently state that our ability to fight terror must come from a united front of all actors. We must all pull together to ensure that we put an end to this vile acts of terror which are plaguing all of us. We as Kenya are doing our part, both to secure our borders and our people. We are also working in conjunction with our neighbors, especially Somalia, to see that we help them contain and bring law and order into areas which these criminals operate. And we're also working together with the international community, recognizing that these terrorists and criminals know no boundaries. And the only way to defeat them, therefore, ultimately, is for all of us to join hands and to work together. And that is why even today we have also said that we need to also address the core reasons that result in the radicalization of our youth. That is why I'm calling and saying that we must address the problems of our youth. We must be able to give hope to our youth. We must be able to industrialize our countries in order to create jobs so that they do not fall victim, our young people, to these criminal elements who choose to radicalize them and to use them to create instability.
And finally, Mr. President, President Obama will be visiting your country. Are you looking forward for that visit?
Absolutely. We're looking forward to welcoming to Kenya and to Africa once again, because we strongly believe that improved and strengthened ties with the United States, with our own diaspora also, that is in the US, the spirit of the conference, which is one of entrepreneurship and encouraging entrepreneurship amongst our young people, is a critical agenda. So undoubtedly Kenyans are looking forward, and we are hoping to also at the same time receive a good number of our own fellow Africans so that we can discuss entrepreneurship together. But we are indeed looking forward to welcoming him to Kenya, given that this is the first time during his presidency that he will have an opportunity to travel to the home of his father.